Imagine buying your kid a toy only to find the batteries aren't included, or buying furniture but it's missing the tools to build it. Frustrating, right? Now imagine that exact same feeling, but you're paying way more. That is what buying business software usually feels like: fragmented, disconnected, and incredibly expensive. Odoo completely changes that. Odoo is a complete, fully integrated business suite where all your apps actually talk to each other. We're talking automated lead routing for your sales team, seamless AI integration, and an intuitive point-and-click website builder. It's everything your business needs to scale, saving you time, headaches, and money. Stop piecing your software together. Go to odoo.com. That's odoo.com to learn more.
You know what's wild? Most people are still overpaying for car insurance just because it's a pain to switch. That's why there's Jerry. Jerry's the only app that compares rates from over 50 insurers in minutes and helps you switch fast with no spam calls or hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Before you renew your car insurance policy, do yourself a favor. Download the Jerry app or head to jerry.ai/Libsyn. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Marvel Podcast. Today we have X23 news, as well as the finale of X-Men 97 Season 2. X-Men 97, Electric Boogaloo.
You realize you said Disney X, like X23?
Oh, X23? Nope,
Yeah.
D23.
There it is.
D26, D28, X23, L47. They're all the same.
Whatever Super Bowl it is now.
Mm-hmm. So, now that we've had that corrected, we also have a little bit of extra.
I get to correct you.
Little bit of extra news and rumors to talk about as well. One of your two sleep-deprived hosts, I'm Petter, and the other sleep-deprived host, or just
I can't do
forgetful.
pauses. No, I was gonna just pause and make it seem like I was sleeping, but it doesn't work because we cut out like a lot of the.
Yeah,
Dang
good
it.
job.
God.
Like I said, sleep-deprived host,
or just lacking in intelligence. It's Greg, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate your time. Appreciate your ears. Appreciate, Petter, you continuing to let me join you in this lovely podcast about COD.
Yes. So the funny thing is, I did try a new type of fish stick adjacent food over the weekend. I would not recommend the Target brand. I won't call them fish sticks. They're more like fish nuggets. Just not good breading on them.
Good, you could have saved that for episode 2, but I guess spoiler alert.
All right.
Okay. Anyways, if you're looking for ways to support us, you can find us on our YouTube channel. Search 10 Minute Marvel. Give us a like and thumb, smash the subscribe button. Find and follow us on Facebook and that other thing with an X. Hashtag 10Min Marvel there. Hashtag 10Min Marvel. No yawning, Petter. And of course, you can leave a rating and review wherever you get your friendly neighborhood podcast from. Petter.
Yes.
What are we doing? Are we going to do...
Let's start out with X-Men 97.
Okay. That was a good pause, but nobody
Yeah.
Again, nobody can pick up on the pause because you edited it out. It's a long pause, everybody. A dramatic effect.
Mm-hmm. I figure X-Men 97 is a pretty good spot to jump in because a lot of the news stuff is related to D23, X23. Well, D23 anyways.
Yeah, not X-23. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe X23 now? Rumors? No.
There were rumors. We talked about them last week.
Oh, did we? I don't know. I was sleeping.
Yeah, I could tell. Really phoned it in.
I did really phone it in last week. I apologize, everybody. I was tired.
So, yeah, X-Men 97 Season 2 has completed. We had the finale. Non-spoiler thoughts on the finale. I liked it quite well. I think that, like, the last two episodes were good. Kind of both of them working together to create kind of an interesting little arc there. But overall, season two not as good as season one. Mainly because season two just didn't have quite as many episodes that were tied into what felt like the main plot.
Right. I agree. I was thinking, I think we're pretty much in line on this one. It was, to me, the last episode was great, but the build up to it was
Mm-hmm.
dry. It was just dry.
The
Not super dry, not moist, just
somewhere in
slightly,
between.
just barely damp.
Mm-hmm. Like the glistening, like when you just have a little bit of a sweat because it's just a bit muggy outside, not because you're actually sweating.
Yeah, kind of like I just had a little bit of hot sauce and just a little bit on the stash, it's a little
Mm-hmm.
bit there. Maybe sweating on the end of the nose. So
Mm-hmm.
I had a friend that his nose sweated. It was weird. Um, there you go. Random fact. Um,
Beautiful.
yeah, right. So yeah, it was, but the final episode was good. They tied a lot of fun
Mm-hmm.
things together, but it was just the creamy center was gone. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
All these really terrible metaphors. I'm sorry.
Yep. Let's move into spoilers for
Okay.
the whole season, but also in particular for the finale. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. You have been warned. Spoiler. No
Oh,
sound?
no, I couldn't think of one.
You
Give me
were
a
trying?
second. Give me a second.
I'm going to
Really,
leave this pause in.
nope, I got nothing. There it is.
Mhm.
Sorry. You'd think there's a million sounds in one person's hour, and I couldn't think of a single one. There you go.
Yeah. That's what type
Okay.
of episode it's going to be.
It's really shaping up to be a gem, isn't it? God. Spoiler wise, I would say what's funny is I got this, it was kind of like a fog over my even just memory of the season. I
Hmm.
think that's because of Spider-Man and Comic-Con and D23 overshadowing it. I just didn't get immersed it wasn't soloed out like some other times,
Yeah.
like, or other seasons, right? So I honestly kind of want to go back and just watch the whole thing over again and then pick this conversation up after that. But I can't promise I can get that done in a week. So
It's fair.
um, yeah, I don't know. I will say for this episode, some fun reveals. Um, my favorite probably being just the very ending, and which I guess was kind of a extra credit or extra post credit scene. Was it?
Hmm.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think it
post
was.
credits. Yep, it was.
Um, my downer of it all was, again, we're in spoilers, everybody, so tune out if you don't want to hear it. Nightcrawler.
Hmm.
Come on.
That's rough.
It is rough. I mean, it makes sense, sort of, but
Oh
that one
yeah,
hurt. That one hurt a little bit.
it it works well for that character and who he is
Right.
as a person. And I think it will also work well with the end credit scene too, because Nightcrawler sacrifices himself to some extent. Like, can he come back? Absolutely. But he's now like sacrificed himself to a celestial.
Right.
And
How does that work? I'm not
yeah,
sacrificing yourself to the celestial, but how does he come back from
I,
that?
I'm not sure. But well, because the sacrifice has to be made. Does that mean the celestial killed him for sure? No, he might have taken him away, wiped his memories, all that jazz. But the fact that he sacrifices himself for Rogue and Gambit is like very fitting for that character.
Right. 100%. So it wasn't so much who they chose, but well, it was still sucks. It still sucks we lost him,
Yes.
but it makes sense that that was the character that they chose, right?
Hmm.
So, um,
And then I think it leads into next season, at least whatever arc we might be getting with Mystique.
and maybe they are gonna there's a little bit of talk of like Genosha happening. Or no, Krakoa. No,
Yeah,
God help me. God help me. The mutant sanctuary that they create. Um,
Krakoa.
Krakoa, thank you. I was thinking maybe that is how they do it. If they actually do lead into that,
Hmm.
I mean they had Xavier putting on the helmet, which was more similar to Cerebra, which is more similar to the helmet that he has in that comic run, right?
Yes.
Closer to that comic run. So I don't know. Maybe they bring him back. Maybe they are able to bring back mutants
Hmm.
then. So
Yeah, because they did bring in quite a number of the characters who are part of the Resurrection, or some of the characters who are part of the Resurrection team, I believe,
mhm.
and some of the youths who came into Xavier's School for Gifted Children. But I also think it works well because Mystique is that's going to make Mystique even more pissed off overall
Right.
to like her son has died or has
What's
gone
her
away.
what what was her motivation here? Is it like she seemed to be working an angle, but what's her angle here? Was she trying to assist? See, this is where I need to rewatch it because I have to look at it through a different lens now. I was just kind of accepting that character for who she was, but now it very well to me could have been Mystique the whole time. So
With
was it Valerie? What's her name?
yeah,
Uh,
um,
Veronica, Victoria, Valkyrie,
Velma,
Velma,
Val
Val,
Cooper.
Val. Yes,
It,
whatever.
I hadn't remembered her name until
Yeah.
like I said it out loud.
Simi Swami Samsonite kind of
I do
situation.
think I do think it could be a situation where it was her the whole time. And I think that'd be an interesting kind of angle to see to try and guess why she's playing that.
Right.
Now,
Because she kind of took a twist, right? I mean, it was
mhm,
she then after the whole Magneto thing, she had kind of change of heart in a way, but I don't know. It could all happen back then. Which
mhm,
the
yeah,
switch, I mean, the switch to
yes.
Mystique.
It happened when Rhodey crashed to the ground and had to go to the hospital. That's when she was switched.
That's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
Exactly. How did you that's why did you take that moment in time?
Oh, because that's when
Oh, that's when there we
Rhodey
go.
was
Secret.
swapped to
Yeah.
a scroll.
Got it. A little behind the
It's
ball tonight.
it's a real bad, obscure reference for a
It,
show that they want everybody to forget.
I mean, it was a great like comparison. I just didn't catch it right away. It was so obscure.
Why make?
Uh,
I mean, this is like your examples, your metaphors.
yeah. Yep. Just more relevant. Yours are just more relevant. That's all.
What did you think about Apocalypse this season?
Nah. I
Yeah,
mean, he was episode 2 when he was about ready to stomp on,
one, two, and
uh,
three
yeah,
were good.
great. It was good. And then the
Then it
filler
just
episodes
wasn't
are
a.
in there and we
Mhm. It
lost him,
wasn't. It wasn't an Apocalypse season,
right?
really.
No.
It and that I think that's some of why it's such a downer of a season two because they did invest into him at the start and then kind of let's
Hmm.
reset some things. And
Okay. So what do you think of the way they brought Gambit back then?
I did think that was interesting. I like if they had given me more Apocalypse throughout the whole process and kind of kind of leaned into more of Apocalypse's story and maybe him hunting down or finding Gambit, more of a ritual, maybe him meeting with somebody to kind of get some of the mystic arts or whatever needed for that. I think there was stuff there that would work.
Yeah. I I had a hard time with the whole I'm gonna pull you out of Apocalypse's chest thing. Like, I don't know. This ghost, like it's a ghost kind of thing that they're pulling out of
Hmm.
Apocalypse. It just maybe the way they represented or visually represented what was being done just was kind of like, oh, really? It's like, I don't know. Where have I seen that? Like Ghost Dad? You remember that movie?
Nope.
I don't know. That's that's a Bill Cosby reference there. Oh boy, that hurts. That hurts just to think about how old that is. So I don't know. To me, it just was like
Yeah.
I feel like there's a better way. Or just leave him dead and then do what you're gonna do with Nightcrawler. Like just bring them back then. But I know that
But
it
it
doesn't fulfill.
was, yeah, and it was kind of the deal with the Celestial that they could even have a shot to bring him back.
Yeah,
Like they needed Rogue's power, like Rogue needed the power up to for them to even have a shot at it. So I'm fine with that because it feels bigger than just Apocalypse messing with somebody at that point to have the Celestials in there as well.
yeah. I thought that was cool. I thought that tied in well and wasn't too far out of the realm of possibility
Hmm.
and kind of made sense. And I liked how that kind of all tied up. But
Yeah.
um,
Like the Celestial was out of left field, but you were never like, no, that's not, it wasn't like crazy left field. It
yeah,
was
right,
just like, oh, whoa, I wasn't expecting to see a Celestial there. Guess that makes sense.
right. Like what power above Apocalypse can
Grand,
control things?
hmm
What? Would you?
Grand Apocalypse's power,
Yeah,
really.
right. So I really like that. This which kind of just reminded me of like the sidetrack of Apocalypse and his obsession with this the woman
Hmm.
and like what's Apocalypse's goal? Like he seemed like he was trying to go for the woman or like to I don't know. It just didn't have a good through line.
It felt like it was missing even just one episode of just Apocalypse back in time.
Yeah,
And like him interacting with that woman, him interacting with like a scene of him interacting with the Celestial, building up some of that. Even if you take the last episode and split it into, stretch everything into two and interject that kind of history stuff in there, I think could have been interesting to see it instead of like we saw it, but mainly just heard the dialogue of it.
right. Agreed. So now my favorite season, I
I
if
mean,
I'm kind of desperate to watch something, I'll probably rewatch it just because I want to give it another go, see if I can.
mhm,
Maybe I was sleeping through parts of it,
mhm.
and I mean that all in all honesty, I could have been. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Otherwise, I'm hoping next season goes much better. Maybe they're not dealing with that dual writing, like we got Bo DeMaio and the other people that were working on this. It's kind of like part Bo's story, part the people who took it over. Apologies, I don't have their
Hmm.
names. But maybe they'll be a little bit more coherent. Kind of like what happened with what was that? What show recently where they kind of like Daredevil kind of stuff.
Daredevil. Yeah.
Yeah. So I give
Yeah.
let's rate it like out of we'll say 1 to 7.
Hmm.
Why not? What 7 being it was amazing, 1 being it was total meh, gross.
Four, 4.5.
Okay. I go with that. Yeah.
Like it's kind of average, maybe a little bit above average. There were definitely some episodes that were above average. And I don't
Mhm.
think any of the episodes are necessarily bad, just not what it could have been.
Right. I would say add another episode or two in there with some of that context that we're looking for. You can leave the other ones, you
Hmm.
know. So yeah, I'll agree with your 4.5, 4 to 4.5, 4.25.
4.25. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Shall we talk the non D23 news and rumors? And then we'll wrap up
Yes.
with D23 and everything that came out of there because honestly, kind of feel like we got more out of D23 than San Diego Comic Con.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. Ask me that later.
All
I
right.
gotta, yeah.
All right. So, news wise, dropping today, 7/28/28, July 28th, 2028. That is going to be when Ghost Rider comes out.
So that was officially confirmed
That has
to
been officially
like
confirmed today.
today? Did that
Today.
happen? Or okay.
Yep. I think, and this actually does tie into the D23 stuff. I think that they were waiting to see what they could confirm at D23. And had they not been able to roll out kind of the last group at D23, I'm trying to be vague so we can talk
Mm,
about it more specifically then, not get sidetracked. If they hadn't been able to roll out that group, I think Ghost Rider would have had that movie's date and that movie would have had Ghost Rider's date.
mm.
I think I'm 90% sure that's why they didn't announce the date for Ghost Riders. They were wanted to make sure they had contracts in place for the other movie.
Yeah, I feel like those contracts, which we can talk about later,
Hmm.
were like signed moments before.
I I know from Scoopers, Daniel RPK, and the Insnider, it seems like not necessarily moments before, but the day before, very possible.
Yeah. That's I mean, so okay, July 28th we have so in 2028 we not only have we have
So we have a
May
May, July, and December.
And May was
That would,
X. That's X-Men, right?
yep.
And then
Maze X and Black Panther 3, December 18th,
yeah, yeah.
2028, or
Okay.
something like that.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Also, Spider-Man Brand New Day, oh yes it is over 2 billion now for worldwide box office.
See, now they have the money to make Ghost
Any,
Rider.
yeah.
Anything. Anything, and they
I
could
mean,
solve some
that's
world problems.
mhm. That's split between Sony and Marvel, but let's put it this way. Right now, Spider-Man Brand New Day, this is probably updated not for maybe even not for Sunday, but Spider-Man Brand New Day right now is the eighth highest grossing movie of all time. Very possible that it's actually moved ahead of Infinity War by now. It's just 20 million behind, and it looks like no. So I mean, this is relatively the latest. It's still about 800 million behind Endgame, but I'm guessing it will finish number 3 overall.
That's crazy. Now they
Yep.
can pay those animators there at Sony to get
It
that
doesn't matter
last.
how much you pay them, it still takes time, Greg.
Yeah, I know, but
You don't
just
want
pay
it
him.
to.
I don't want to. You're right. But
Yeah.
um, I was gonna say, like, I was gonna ask you about where we were at with that. And that's pretty incredible. Pretty
Hmm.
incredible. But yeah, it's worth it.
Yep. And I did see just this was on Marvel Updates on Facebook, so they're one of kind of the aggregators of all the scoopers, but also reporting news and numbers and things like that. Apparently, Doomsday ticket sales, because now they've released the non-Infinity Vision tickets.
Still don't know what that is.
Nope, nobody does. Um, Apparently, it is tracking about 65% higher than like early ticket sales for Spider-Man Brand New Day did. And this
Wow.
is still 4 months out at this point. Spider-Man Brand New Day didn't drop tickets until like 2 months out. So
That's insane.
who knows what numbers Doomsday is going to do when all is said and done, which is crazy. I think so. Yeah, Aman Vellani, love her. Uh, Gave her letterbox review of Spider-Man Brand New Day, and just very candid about stuff. Oh yes, she was. Where she was basically like, the superhero fatigue isn't a thing, really, as long as the movie's awesome.
Yeah,
Like, as long as the quality's there, it's going to make money. So,
sure.
and technically, with movies like Fantastic Four, First Steps, made money.
Mhm.
Even pretty sure Thunderbolts, which didn't make a ton of money, still made money. Like, if it's a quality movie, people will go see it.
I thought you were going to say that Iman Vellani like didn't like Spider-Man and she was going to talk some not trash about it, but kind of critique it. I was like, oh, this is good. I was getting
No,
kind of excited.
she was critique. I did think it was interesting though, because that statement is really critiquing of how Disney, Marvel, like there was a dip in quality.
Oh,
And
oh yeah,
she,
yeah,
yeah,
pointed that out pretty much.
hmm and she's an actor that I'm pretty sure they have plenty of plans for. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Next up, Marvel has apparently set aside November 9th, 2029 for a film slot.
Ooh,
So obviously that's 3 years out at this point, but that means that will probably be something that's announced at San Diego Comic-Con next year. Not D23
mm,
because there's not one next year.
you said
Yes,
Marvel or Sony? Sorry,
Marvel.
Marvel. I'm just trying to think what it would be.
I mean, it certainly could be another mutant
Yeah,
movie of some sort, especially if they haven't introduced some characters at that point that we think, oh yeah, it would make sense.
yeah. Maybe they'll bring to finally pull Miles in.
No, that'd be a Sony
I know,
Sony
but
date, not a Marvel date.
maybe they finally just are figuring out.
There's
No. Well,
no
wait, doesn't Sony need to have some
every 5 years.
just one Spider-Man? I thought there had to be like some other
No,
characters too.
no. Spider-Man movie every 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then
So,
I withdraw my statement.
I mean, you certainly could look at something like a Doctor Strange 3. Um,
That's a long time for Doctor Strange 3,
I'm
but
assuming, though, that he's going to play a decent sized role in something like Doomsday. So it's not like we're not going to have Doctor Strange. So it'd be like, okay, he plays a big role in movies in 2026 and 2027. Then a couple years later, we get him again.
were they, what about Nova?
Nova, certainly a possibility.
Yeah. I can
That
see
one
those
surprised me.
that they're going to do a Nova.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does seem a little bit off the mark of where you think things are going, but like, I don't
But
know, X-Men and
but
Spider-Man and Avengers kind of more grounded, but
but you're going to have a Ghost Rider film in there.
which is still kind of grounded.
But
It's underground.
it's in a completely different area. And then you're gonna have Black Panther 3, Tokyo Drift. So, I mean, they're not hyper focusing on the X-Men at this point. So, I certainly could see it being some like Nova or some sort of cosmic
Yeah.
sort of film. Um, then this also just dropped. I think this dropped maybe the last day of D23, but Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 premiering in January 2027.
Hmm.
So that's kind of what I guessed that it was going to be pushed out of this year just because we're not that far away from Vision Quest. And then it's straight into Doomsday, so there's not really room for it.
But yep. Don't do what you did to X-Men. It's clouded by all the other news and events. But
This will be very separate because, I mean, we're going to get it in January. We're going to get Daredevil Born Again Season 3 in March. And I would assume X-Men 97 in Season 3 in July. That'd be my guess. And it's going to be those three things and Secret Wars.
oh, so we got to go from like July, maybe end of July to or
Well,
August.
mid-August. Yeah, we guess mid to late August. I won't be surprised if they push the start later.
Oh,
But
that's gonna
then,
be a long span.
yeah, 4 months. Well, 3.5, 4 months.
Oh, we're gonna have to really push the topics.
Hmm.
Could be creative.
Now, Marvel may have given us something to help fill some of that time, even now before Doomsday comes out in a few months. On Disney Plus, they have picked 15 different projects that they say you should watch or are must watches before watching Doomsday. Do you want to guess? Just take a guess at a few of them.
Uh, Endgame.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna say WandaVision,
Nope.
Loki,
Yes.
Vision Quest.
Nope.
Dang it. It's two strikes against me. How many? 15 of these things
15
before Doomsday or Secret Wars.
before Doomsday.
Shoot. Okay. Gonna need to watch Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Okay. Thunderbolts.
Yep.
Okay. Iron Man's.
Nope.
Really?
So that's strike three, Greg.
Dang it.
So do you want it? They have them kind of in an order of just oldest to newest of when they came out. I fully expected that you won't get the first two, which is why I had you guess. X-Men and X2,
Oh, sure.
Captain America First Avenger, Infinity War, Endgame, Loki, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, Black Panther Wakanda Forever, Thunderbolts, Captain America Brave New World, Deadpool and Wolverine, Fantastic Four First Steps.
Captain America, Brave New World. Really?
Well, yes, because that Sam Wilson has put together a team. Sam Wilson is a key character from everything we've heard in Doomsday.
But he hasn't really put together a team yet.
He's in the process of putting together. He has put together a team. We know he has because we've heard that from the Thunderbolts.
Right, but most of the movie is just him and Torres, like
Yeah.
the new Falcon. So is it more about we can have like some Thaddeus in there, or like
No,
it just seems like it's not. It can't be just about that because
I
that's
it, no, it is. I firmly believe it is just about That also, I mean, the leader hints at something coming,
Okay, I'll
but
give you that one. The leader makes sense.
mhm. So the leader hinting at that, but like
That's
if
a
you
post
look,
credit.
yeah, but if you look at Thunderbolts, Captain America, Brave New World, Fantastic Four, First Steps, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, those are those all have the leaders for the different groups that we kind of know of.
Sure. So
And
Sam will,
that's,
yeah, okay.
yeah, that's why it's on there.
Not Secret Invasion, huh?
I was as surprised as you were that they still have Secret Invasion on Disney Plus.
I'm surprised they have that on there. Like, they're like, maybe somebody will want to watch it.
Oh shoot, somebody watched it.
Great.
We're trying to hide this away, keep the viewership down to zero.
They just give it a different like card, like a
Hmm.
face card on there, and they just make
Yeah.
it like bluey. I don't know. No, because
No,
that'd get watched even more.
yeah,
I take that back.
they give it the Eternals face card.
Yeah, there you go. Just it's a
Sorry,
little bit
Eternals.
better, but you still might get some watches on that. I don't know. Bed knobs and broomsticks. Just that's that's an old
Yep,
Disney reference. There you go.
yep.
Uh,
Apparently,
uh,
it's like almost 2 days worth of watching, just straight. I think it's like 42 hours,
what is? Oh,
all
all that?
15.
I was
Yeah.
trying to, are you talking about Secret Invasion or bed knobs and broomsticks or watching
Bedknobs
them
and
together?
Broomsticks is 48 hours.
I was like, I watched the short version of that. I don't, man, there's a whole bunch of that story I missed out on. Okay, well that gives me. I mean, I don't really. I'd rather maybe watch all of that. I mean, I kind of want to watch something. So that might be a good thing because I don't think I can make
Hmm.
it through all of the Marvel
Yeah,
Cinematic Universe and
especially if you're pulling in like the X-Men stuff.
right. All right. Well, I can at least tell my family. I give them the
Like I won't,
list so they can watch. Yeah.
yeah, I won't
Although
see
my son
you.
doesn't, my oldest son watched Loki, finished it, and he just thought it was awesome because he hadn't seen it yet. My middle son won't watch Loki. I'm like, you're missing out. It's not Outer Banks. So I guess
Oh,
that's more important. I don't know what kind of son I'm raising, but son, if you are listening, I love you. It's okay. I don't care. When I'm long and dead and he's listening to these podcasts, just to remember his old man, he's gonna be like, what? He was mad that I watched Outer Banks?
yes, very mad or something like that.
A little sad, but it's okay. All right, what else we got?
So we also have just one rumor. This being the one that I sent you
Oh yeah,
recently here. Henry Cavill is apparently quoting the rumor, deep in talks for a role for X-Men.
I don't know. I mean,
You're not buying it?
I'm not buying the Wolverine, I
You're not
guess.
buying Wolverine? Yeah,
He's just too, I feel like they're trying to go a little bit more accurate. He's just so big.
it is
But
true.
I mean, at the same time, I don't hate it. Wait, let's look up how tall is he? How tall is
Henry Cavill is, I want to say he's
subtract
six,
you can subtract like 2 inches typically.
yeah, 6'1", so 5'11",
Oh,
6 foot.
okay. Well, still that's pretty tall. I mean,
It's definitely
it
taller, but I mean, he's broader than Hugh Jackman.
he is, but can he play that character? Maybe.
I think he could.
I haven't seen Warhammer or whatever his other show is. I honestly haven't really watched that many things with him in it, but I maybe. I mean, Batman versus Superman, he wasn't terrible.
Hmm. I mean, Man from Uncle is a very fun film.
Okay.
Him as a spy.
Yeah. I don't know. If it ends up being that way and that's if he is Wolverine in the end, cool. I still like the Colossus idea that I had. I said
Mhm.
it should be Colossus. That seems to make some sense. Otherwise, is there another character that he fits as? Sinister's taken. Whoops, that's part of D23 news. Spoiler alert.
Jamie Braddock.
Braddock.
So he's been, but you would probably know him more as sometimes being like Captain Britain.
Oh,
Though I think that, yeah,
okay.
he is a mutant.
I don't mind that either.
I was like, okay, who's an English mutant?
He's on English, right? But
Henry
is he?
Cavill. No,
No, no, he is. Oh, wait, is he? Oh,
Greg, you're making me do research here.
sorry.
I think technically yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm. St. Helier in Jersey. Jersey is, I believe, part of the UK. Well, I mean, it's the name Jersey, so it's part of the UK. Um, very close to France, island in between in the English Channel.
Okay. I just don't remember hearing him talk like without, I mean, other than an American accent, I just can't picture it.
Hmm.
Um,
So
yeah.
his mother is of Irish, Scottish, and English ancestry. His father is of English origin. He was born in Jersey, a British Crown dependency in the Channel Islands.
Hmm. All right then.
He's an actor, Greg.
He
You
is.
wouldn't expect to pick up the accent. I know precisely where he's from all the time.
Um, we already have a Cable, right? That's
No?
who Josh Brolin played.
I mean, yes, but they'll
What
recast that for when they want to.
could be him or yeah, no, not Bishop. That doesn't seem like the right thing to do.
Nope.
I don't know. I Googled who should Henry Cavill play in the MCU, and they came up with Captain Britain right away. So, and of course Wolverine.
Hmm.
I mean, you put
Colossus,
the
I
right
think,
hair in on him and some claws, it's pretty damn good. But
yeah, like in Deadpool
Deadpool,
Wolverine, it was fun.
yeah.
Like it worked, so I
You can
wouldn't say
also
no.
adjust the camera a little bit. You can make things, you can shrink him down a little bit.
Hmm. And especially if you're not necessarily going to make him a major character in all the X-Men films, but instead maybe have him doing some of his own thing, then his size, his age difference matters less.
Yeah. What about Beast?
I, that'd be interesting. I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Yeah, that actually could work.
Hmm. All
All right,
right, so we move on to D23. And,
D28.
you know, really three big things came out of D23. Where do you want to start? Should we start with the trailers?
Yeah,
And let's start with Vision Quest. Our first look at that, and that is a phenomenal trailer.
I I understood nothing of what could be happening in that show, but was absolutely intrigued by all of it because there's
Hmm.
so many different scenes or locations it seems like and people and
And I think most of
plots.
it's
I don't know.
just in Vision's head.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was so like vivid. There was so many different colors and textures going on. It was no, I'm excited.
Hmm.
I think this is going to be good.
I think it's going to lean into what made WandaVision and Agatha all along so good is there will be points in time where are watching and go, okay, I think I have it figured out, and then just miss completely on it. It's going to
Yeah,
continue that mind f like anything goes. There will be twists within the twists sort of thing.
I do hope they kind of have some like those cliffhanger moments like WandaVision did. That would be
Hmm.
make my heart feel good, warm and fuzzies on that. I
I
would
mean, even
say,
Agatha had that too, with like
yeah,
when, yeah,
I think the
when the
death of
deaths happen.
one, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I really liked the trailer. It made me excited for what they've created because it feels interesting and genuine, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be that. It's gonna make you think, which I always enjoy. You know, it's gonna challenge your thought, your thoughts, your theories, your perception of things. You know, life contemplations.
Yep.
So I'm all here for that, of course.
Yeah, I'm with you. It looks fun. As you said, the just the vibrant nature of everything felt different and just
Mhm.
like this is going to be a unique sci-fi story taking taking us kind of in a different way, a different direction than the other ones have. I wonder if it's going to have it's like with WandaVision, it was all the sitcoms.
Mhm.
With Agatha All Along, there were lots of different kind of horror movie tropes. And like the different houses and trials were very like coded to different types of horror movies. Are they going to do something like that here? at all, or is this just going to be like a wild, almost sci-fi ride?
It feels like it's gonna be more of a wild sci-fi ride. I watched one breakdown of it. I can't remember if it was, I think it was New Rockstar's breakdown. And the way they kind of laid some of that information out, I was like, okay, it still doesn't make sense as to how it all works together, but things like Ultron being in there and he kind of lives way up in the attic. And then we see Paul Bettany and the Vision character or the human version back
Hmm.
in that I don't was it in Germany? Where were they? Him and Wanda, they were together right before
Um, wasn't that
Steve.
England?
It could have been, I don't know if it was England, wherever it was. Holland, maybe? I don't know. There he's working, like Vision's there, he's working. Like he's at just like a bar or a pub or something, or like a
Yep.
restaurant or cafe. And so it's like he's tracing the steps. I think we're gonna see
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
chunks of memories and just living in those spaces for a while. And things are going to kind of evolve, I think, with this house in a weird way. I don't
Maybe
know.
even like adding on more rooms and more areas as Vision kind of fleshes back out who he is.
Yeah. Um, Tommy seems to show up at some point or is
Yep.
looking for him. So there's lots of, I don't think it's going to be so far-fetched that we're going to be turned upside down every episode, not know where we are. I think there's going to be him maybe trying to find his other son, or his son is searching for him. I
I
think
think,
Ultron's going to be maybe trying to take over again.
yeah.
What I kind of hope though is that we don't, obviously he defeats him, but I hope Ultron is just a nugget out there that gets left behind. That he doesn't win
Hmm.
in this situation, this episode or this series, but that gives him an opportunity to be alive still somewhere,
Hmm.
right? Because I think like that's been kind of his thing. He always kind of creeps back, even though you think you've defeated him. He's evaded that, and he just waits longer. So I don't know.
Yeah. I like that. I like that theory. I kind of like that idea and kind of feel for everything. I think that there's going to be moments of like Vision being like, okay, what what is my family? Like, is it just these other AIs that have been built off of what I was originally, or
Yeah,
or is there something more? Because he's not going to go like Tommy's going to have to come looking for him in some ways because
yeah.
Vision has no idea that Tommy or Billy exist still. He probably knows that Wanda is supposed to be dead. So,
Right. I think it's really about filling, like, I think the overarching purpose of the show is for him to fill in what the Soul Stone used to give him,
yes.
and to find that somehow that information, that to create that feeling, to create that understanding of what the Soul Stone gave him, so that he can be somebody again, and not be so much of a shell of a person. So,
Hmm.
um, which is always an interesting thing to explore, So, hopefully, and I'm gonna, I feel like that's quite possible, is that yeah, they'll explore it, and they're gonna have writers that can really dial in on what makes human human. So,
Yes. Yeah, I think there's a lot of interesting stuff there. Then, second trailer, we had the Doomsday trailer. Now you might be like, better, we already had a Doomsday trailer before. Well, yeah, but this Doomsday trailer was the one that they showed at San Diego Comic-Con. And I liked the trailer a lot. I thought it was a good trailer, some interesting moments that made me question like, okay, what am I looking at here for sure at different points in time. And this is a trailer very much about introducing Doom to everybody.
right. Also, like the thing where Johnny's holding,
Franklin.
yeah, it's interesting. It goes through the other father, daughter, father, son stuff, right? It brings it still had Steve and his kid, right? Am I mixing up two different trailers? Did it have that?
I
I feel
don't
like it
know.
did.
I don't remember seeing that in there.
No? Okay. I must be mixing two up. Um, it shows a threat level. It shows like it gives us some backstory about Doom, just how much of a threat Doom is. It was a cool trailer. It was good.
Mhm.
I got to see a little magic got to see him jump out of some window. Um,
Hmm.
which I'm wondering what that is exactly that he's jumping out of.
I really like the interaction with him and like Doom and Reed
Reed.
Richards,
Hmm.
and just the what have you done sort of thing, and where that actually is taking place. Because
Yeah.
is this a destroyed planet? Is this like a place where an incursion has happened? Is this something that has already been pulled into the void and we're seeing something like that? There's a lot of possibilities there. And I think just with how they framed a lot of that too, like we see the devastation, then they cut to a very close up where you can't see the background as well. Like everything's in soft focus. Are these even 100% the same location?
Mm, right. I could see that whole thing with Reed yelling at Doom just not actually being where you think it is.
Hmm.
So
Possibly just not even being in the movie.
there's that. I hope that's not the case, though, because that's like
That's
it's
it's
really
good.
good. Like Reed really, you don't see him get like that in Fantastic Four, right? He's always kind of kept his composure. Doesn't get super emotional about it because, for whatever reason, that's just almost his character. But for this, it's like it's unexpected, and that is odd to see that Reed hasn't really thought about it or kind of been ahead of the game on this, right? He seems to be genuinely surprised or genuinely like threatened. So that
Yeah.
can't be good.
Yeah. It it adds humanity to Doom and it makes him feel like more of a threat.
Hmm. Yeah.
But let's move on to probably the thing that everybody's waiting for us to talk about. X-Men. X-Men movie coming May 5th, 2028. Sadie Sink and Drake Schreier were up there on stage, and it was like, do you want to meet some more of the X-Men? Which, unfortunately for Grace Randolph on Twitter, she was like, well, what do you think of this full X-Men cast? And like, they clearly everybody was calling her out on it, and like they clearly said that this is who's been cast thus far. But shall we run down the casting, Greg?
No.
All right. So, overall, what's your impression of the casting?
Um,
do
I
you
think it's pretty
remember
solid. What?
do you remember which roles have been cast?
Oh, come on. I mean, yes.
It's not that late at night.
No, it's not that. Yeah, we got Jean Grey. Okay, I'm not
Played
gonna remember
by
the names.
played
Sadie
by
Sink.
Yep.
Sadie Sink. And Tipper Gore. No. Kip Connor. What's this?
Kit Connor
Kit Connor.
as
As Cyclops.
all right.
Samara Weaving as Crystal Ball. I call her Crystal
Yep.
Ball.
Emma
Um,
Frost.
Emma Frost, and a new woman playing Storm, she's not super well known.
Maya Boyd. She is
There,
primarily known for stage acting.
yeah,
Um, and I actually really like that. That was a casting where it's like I don't know how good an actor she is. Obviously, we haven't seen her in stuff if she's primarily a stage actor. But the moments of Storm that we get, like in X-Men 97, where she is just speaking like so powerfully, you get that better from a stage actor than a somebody who's primarily a film actor, because as a stage actor you have to project in a different way.
true. I don't think she's gonna be. I don't think that's what her audition was like. I mean,
I think it would
I
be
think
part of
will
it.
be, but I
Yeah.
think what it really is coming down to, I think that they're going to have her be more, it's gonna maybe be more of her origin story style, where she needs to play somebody who is not kind of broken, kind of, because she was wasn't she like a thief? What am I trying? She was
Yeah, as a child she was a thief in Cairo, working underneath the Shadow King.
yeah. So like vulnerable, right? She's got to play this part of really maybe a strong character, but also somebody who's submissive or submersive, no, submissive to this other higher, stronger, whether it be entity, person, whatever boss. I don't know. I think that I'm interested to see how this plays out because I think it's probably going to be a great choice. I think she's going to be able to to do the role and to perform well because of her abilities. They must have seen something amazing. So,
Hmm. Yeah,
oh, so oh, do you have more to
she's
add to that?
she's 24.
She's also
So,
she's also like knows how to dance, also is ballet training. So I think
mhm.
the physicality of the character is going to not be difficult for her
Yes.
because there's also going to be wire work for her. She's going to be up on wires. She's going to be flying around. So I think that that will her ballet abilities and her flexibility, her all that's gonna is gonna
Hmm.
help her. So
All right. So you still have three more to go.
ah crap. Okay. So we've got somebody playing Rogue and Ava? No,
Indy,
Indy.
Indy and Navarrete is how they pronounced it on New Rockstars.
What was the last name?
Navarrete,
Navarrete? Navarrete?
Navarrete. I think it's Navarrete.
Okay.
Uh, Up and comer. Apparently, so she was well acclaimed in the movie Obsession that just came out.
Hmm. Have not seen it.
Either have I. I'm curious about it now.
It was a huge, I mean, it yeah, quite a bit of
Mhm.
acclaim. So,
Apparently, she made about 20,000 for that movie.
oh,
If she signed a multi-deal, I'm sure she signed a multi-picture deal with Marvel. She's probably making about 20 million
yeah,
or more
maybe.
over that. Yeah.
Or maybe because she hasn't had a ton. Well, yeah, 20 million for three pictures, maybe. Does that seem
I
low
was thinking five
per
pictures, but
five?
and it might get
Oh, you could
like
yeah, you could probably renegotiate, I'm sure.
mhm. Or there are like certain escalators that be hit in the contract if the movies do so well or stuff
Ugh,
like that.
that would be exhausting. That's like doing sales, except for it's with yourself. That would suck.
That's why they have agents, Greg.
I know, still would suck. You done sales? It
Hmm.
sucks. I don't like
So,
it.
yeah, it's not my favorite. But then you still have two more to go,
Okay. We've got Professor X,
played by
played by Mr. Eyebrows,
Chris Abbott.
Chris Abbott, Mr. Eyebrows. This was interesting to me.
He's not
I can,
British.
he's not. That doesn't bother me. I
No.
think, can you see him bald? Yes. I don't mind the like looks wise. I think it's gonna work just fine. I gotta start watching more movies because I'm like, I don't know. I haven't watched anything this guy's in either. So,
Yeah. Honestly, with the exception of Sadie Sink, who was already announced before this, obviously because of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Oh, yes, it is. Or I should have said, oh, yes, she was. Um, Sadie Sink, Indy Navarrete, and that's only because Obsession has been talked about. I think that there's a lot of people who she's not a household name yet at any
hmm.
point. The only person that is like really the closest thing to a household name besides Sadie Sink is the one you haven't mentioned yet.
Don't say it. Let me just.
The one I was very convinced after Kevin Feige did an interview around Comic-Con was going to be cast in the X-Men because Feige joked about how they pitch a role to this actor every year and the actor comes back and says
Oh,
no.
duh. Driver, Adam
Yeah.
Driver.
Adam
No,
Driver as
not Nathaniel Essex, but
technically the
Mill. It's the same. Mill.
yeah,
What's it?
Nathaniel or
Mill
Milbury,
Millbury. There we go. Yeah,
aka
Mr.
Mr.
Sinister.
Sinister. Yes. We did not time that up well. We
No,
were
they
saying it at
can't.
very different speeds.
Yes, you were going for the long, drawn out. I was just going for the boom effect, Mr. Sinister. That's yeah, I'm liking that. I'm good with
Hmm.
it. I think it's better than Magneto for me.
And it's better
Um,
than Sebastian Shaw.
yes. Although I could have seen Sebastian Shaw. I can't like I think I said that last week whenever we first heard the news on this. I think I could have gone with that. I was interested.
Hmm.
I was
I think it would have been solid, but Sinister's just a more interesting villain overall.
Yeah. I wonder if we'll get a Sebastian Shaw still. If they're gonna do some Hellfire Club still.
I think that'd be interesting. I
I
I think
mean,
it'd be an interesting
with
spot for them to meet and like interact.
right. I mean, you'd think there'd be some interaction. Was there some in the Millbury and like Shaw or the Hellfire Club? Was there any sort of
I mean, I think you could easily make that something if there
right?
wasn't. And nobody
Yeah,
would really complain, like, oh, that didn't happen in the comics. It's just like, okay, yeah, no, that makes sense that this creepy geneticist, evolutionary scientist,
who doesn't die
yeah,
really?
would be involved in a shady club.
Right. The Pink Pony Club.
Hmm.
That's what I want to hear them
Performed
playing at.
performed by Guar, though.
Oh, oh yes. The first scene of the Hellfire Club is in their shady, just long red draped
Yeah, like just velvet and
underground room.
smoke
Yep,
everywhere.
yep. And
And
Guar.
mhm, like you're walking around, it's a fairly noisy bar. You're walking around with Samara Weaving's Emma Frost, and then she like interacts with Sebastian Shaw, and they stop. And as the kind their conversation ends, it fades out and pans over, and just on the stage at this club, it's just Guar performing Pink Pony
Pink
Club.
Pony Club. That needs to happen.
That
Needs
would
to
make
happen.
so many people so confused.
I know. I would just I just kind of get a little burst of happiness out of that scene.
Same.
Uh, I might just stand like I don't stand up and clap in movies too often, but I just might do that.
That
I'd
would
be
be
the
worth
only
it.
person too. I'd just be, and everybody would be like, "What is he clapping about?"
That would be make it even better.
Yeah. Well, you'll be with me most likely, so.
Hmm. Yep. Yeah. So obviously, that's just the first part of the casting. We already talked about how there's rumors of Henry Cavill in talks for a role. I would assume if you're looking to continue to flesh out this group, you're probably looking at a Wolverine, a Beast. There, honestly, I still don't want Wolverine. So I'd prefer like you do Colossus and Magic, or like get Kitty Pryde in there.
Hmm.
Obviously Gambit,
Iceman,
Iceman, Angel.
Angel, yeah.
I'd really like an Angel in there.
Hmm.
Not played by Henry Cavill. I just don't see that one.
Oh,
But yeah, I
oh,
who would you
sorry. I
want
was
to
thinking,
play Angel?
I was, I was thinking Iceman and Henry Cavill. I was like, nah, I don't
No.
deserve.
Nope.
Who would I want it to be played by? To play Angel? Tom Cruise. No, no,
That would put Tom
it's
Cruise
too
could
old.
play Angel's father,
That's true.
which I feel
Um,
like would be actually a pretty solid casting. Like the because Angel's father is such a jerk.
yeah.
I'm
I meant to
curious.
think about that. I know. Okay, hang on.
Okay, Asa German from Gen V, Joseph Zada,
Oh yeah. No, I like the guy. I like Asa. I like that one.
hmm Tom Blythe.
Life.
I do like the look of Asa German for that role.
Yeah. His I liked him in that role too. Like I could see him doing a really good job in that role just based on Gen V.
Hmm.
I kind of need Gemini to give me more people, but it's
I did find a list like that Comic Basics did.
oh,
Here,
I'm
let me
looking at
run through some
I'm
of
pulling it
these.
up right now. Oh,
Jacob Elordi
okay. Who's the guy in the
from,
front? Like the main person right there that played Vecna. That'd be good.
oh yeah, what is his name? But Jacob Elordi from Euphoria, also in Priscilla. Um, Austin Butler,
I don't know. I know the name, but oh, he played Elvis?
yeah. Nicholas Holt,
No,
no. Ben Hardy.
don't know who that is.
He was the actor who played Warren Worthington III in X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh,
Harris Dickinson, Triangle of Sadness, The King's Men, Where the Crawdads Sing, Dr. Ray Montgomery, Billy
oh,
Hargrove.
yeah. I still kind of like that. Although
That's okay.
he seems kind of like you'd have to transition him to like the Archangel. Has that vibe ever since.
hmm Alexander Ludwig, known
Uh,
for the Vikings, Hunger Games,
okay.
Heels, Sam Claflin, Daisy Jones and the Six, Hunger Games, Peaky Blinders. But I'm with you. Jamie Campbell Bower,
Hmm.
yeah, that would be a really good casting.
Right.
How old is he? 37? He's
Oh,
37? He doesn't look
yeah.
it,
Yeah.
but it's a little bit older. Logan Lerman, Percy Jackson,
Glenn Powell. I mean, a couple years ago, maybe.
yeah, Callum Turner, Fantastic Beasts, Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell, I feel like eventually there'll be a role for him in the MCU, but not there.
Joe Carey.
Uh,
No.
I don't think that he'd be able to play something harsh enough. Like, I guess at the start of Stranger Things, he is an arrogant character,
Yeah.
but I'm just not buying it. I don't think it would work well enough. I think that people love him enough as Joe Carey, you can't necessarily change the character that much.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think really good X-Men casting. Um, I think Adam Driver as Sinister was the nice pop at the end there.
It landed weird, but
It
conceptually, yes, it was a nice
in
pop.
in the room it popped when he showed up on screen. Whether or not like all the lines were delivered perfectly, and you've talked about before how these kind of set moments don't
Don't,
necessarily
yeah.
land, but in the room, which neither of us were, but when they've released video of in the room, like when he walks onto screen there, the place erupts.
I mean, honestly, I thought it was kind of funny on the video. Like I thought his timing was good.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's just a
but
video. It's
yeah, I thought he was funny.
mhm.
But I also just think that yeah, it doesn't I couldn't hear it. We were not in the room. But whatever. It's just the presentation of it doesn't always land the way you want it to. It's kind of probably not well put together or timed always. Whatever. That was a good pop. It it was done after that though. That was the last thing that they presented
Yep.
and I still think Comic-Con was better. I think there's a little bit more to that. Not by much, but I think I was more excited during Comic Con than I was
Mm.
during Deep D23
During
personally.
Deep 23.
Deep, that is a different movie altogether.
I think I am more excited with this.
Did they didn't really go through much of like the shows, really, did they? Like no special presentations, no, I mean, maybe they talked about maybe Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, maybe a little bit.
They didn't talk about it at that event. They don't really talk too much about the animated stuff there.
I thought that's where they would talk about the animated
No,
stuff.
they have a separate panel for the animated stuff.
Oh, still D23, but just
Still
separate panel.
D23, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we didn't get much out of that. Like there wasn't,
No, not a ton out of that. Um, Honestly, I think they are playing a bit of a waiting game to get through Secret Wars before they announce all that much new. I think they're going to continue as long as X-Men 97, um, Marvel Zombie Season 2, whenever that comes, and Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 2 and 3. I think they're just planning to ride out the animation side of things and not announce anything major new, like live action television wise, until maybe after Secret Wars. That's just my feeling on it, which makes sense. I think they're trying to gauge which elements are people really connecting with versus which ones are just kind of working and figuring out how to invest properly into the overall story.
and maybe just not to spread themselves too thin.
Yeah,
Like,
especially with pivotal movies that everything needs to be able to flow well
yeah,
into.
yeah,
Don't create a champions show and then be like, okay, well, I guess this is just running forward like nothing has happened because story-wise that makes sense, even though all the events of Secret Wars have happened.
right.
Even though these characters were dead for a while and Earth is different now, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
All right. So we will be back again next week. We have a couple different ideas for our topic. So Greg and I will get together, and by that I mean we'll text and figure out which one of them we want to do. The one kind of stems from what we got at D23, casting the rest of the X-Men, picking for the X-Men movie, picking 5 characters and casting them. Now, the fun of that one is we won't tell each other what 5 characters we've picked for casting and see how much overlap we have. The other one we had talked about before, and definitely we'll be getting to at some point in time here, maybe next week. 5 things for Marvel to drop or retcon or just completely ignore post Secret Wars. Never mention again. Both of those we'll get to at some point in time. We'll just figure out which one we're doing first. But with that, thank you all so much for listening. Greg, give a few ways you can support the podcast. And we do appreciate everybody who is supporting the podcast by checking it out every week here. But with that said, I'll see you next time.
I'm gonna keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. Bam.
A text says, "You're on my mind." A bouquet from 1-800-Flowers says, "You're my everything." Heartfelt moments belong in the real world, not just your phone. For 50 years, 1-800-Flowers has helped millions of people make memories that'll last a lifetime with gifts they'll cherish forever. Their expertly curated arrangements and gift baskets ship nationwide with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait for the next big moment. Make it when you visit 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Marketing is hard. But I'll tell you a little secret. It doesn't have to be. Let me point something out. You're listening to a podcast right now, and it's great. You love the host. You seek it out and download it. You listen to it while driving, working out, cooking, even going to the bathroom. Podcasts are a pretty close companion. And this is a podcast ad. Did I get your attention? You can reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Libsyn Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a pre-produced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience and their favorite podcasts with Libsyn Ads. Go to libsynads.com, that's LIBSYN, ads.com today.